when learning information, you have to ask yourself, will you use this information? Because if the answer is no, don't even learn that information. Yes, there are times where you're kind of forced to learn things you don't want to learn, like in school, right? You just have to suck it up and learn it. But I'm talking about books, subjects, whatever it may be that you actually want to learn. You actually have to use that information. Otherwise, it's completely pointless. So this book, Why We Sleep, I've been making videos on sleeping and memory, how they go together. I love this book. But I'm not just reading it and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, that's cool. I'm actually applying what I'm learning from the book right away. So I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's these curtains, blackout curtains. They block the light out from the street. Now, even a lamp, like a low light lamp, produces enough light to block your melatonin from being produced. And so something like that, boom. I was like, wow, okay, I really do need to make sure my room is as dark as possible when I'm sleeping. And so I applied it right away, right? I'm using the information in the book. And I've had my notebook, taking a whole bunch of different notes. And I'm taking notes on things that I can actually use or share with people. Yes, a statistic is not going to be something you can really use to make your sleep better, but to help other people, get the point that, hey, sleep is super important. Here's this statistic. Boom, that person will be like, whoa, really? And so that might motivate them and help them change the way that they actually sleep or the process in which they sleep. And so that's what I do when I'm reading books and I'm taking notes. I'm not taking notes like, oh, this is interesting, because there's so many interesting things in this book specifically. But when I'm reading, I'm like, it's interesting, but I'm never going to use that information. Yes, how the brain works when it's sleeping in this certain aspect or this aspect, really interesting. But, explain that to other people, they really don't care. Like, okay, REM sleep is when you dream. Okay, non-REM is when you don't dream. But going more into it, they probably don't really care. And so, yes, even though I like that information, at the end of the day, I'm not going to use it in any aspect. Even when I share something with someone else, it's going to be, kind of surface level, but with enough impact for them to maybe take a more serious look in their sleeping habits and how they sleep. And so I really wanted to make this video to get that in your mind when you're learning information. I'm talking about when you're not forced to learn something, when you're learning because you just want to learn. And if you're taking notes or if you're using memory techniques to remember something, really do ask yourself, will you use this information? Because if you're not in any way, don't learn it. It's a waste of complete time. Just enjoy what you're reading and move on. You don't have to know every single thing in every section, every chapter, every page. If you get these main points that you can actually use in some aspect, man, that's going to make such bigger impact on your memory when you're trying to remember that specific information. But also, you're going to be using it in your life, which is the point of learning something. Being able to use it in your life in some aspect. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.